Yep.
All right, we're going to get the recording going. I am first going to read our disclaimer. So AO scan technology is not a medical device. The statements that are presented here tonight have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. If you are sick, please seek out your healthcare provider or practitioner. So I want to cover that first and foremost. We all love the AO scanner and what it's been doing for people. So if anybody has, I'm just going to open up the floor for any testimonials. I'm going to let y'all have at it. Just unmute yourself and share anything that you may have. If you don't, then I know myself and maybe Dr. Sheila has some too. But I'll let you guys kind of open the floor if you would like to.
Cheryl Prince, I know you've got some good ones.
Cheryl with us? I don't see. Oh yeah, she's on there.
Well, I don't know. I haven't noticed big changes, but when I did a reading on someone, it was interesting that I could pick out things that were going on just by going through the scan, the information I got. And even the people had forgotten they had, like, for instance, a sore knee. She had a sore knee, but she forgot that she had shattered her foot and that the ligaments and everything would be related to that. Myself, if I hadn't scanned myself, this was something that I liked, was that my A1C showed up. And I know I had been a little overindulgent in the chocolate over the holiday season. So it made me have to say, okay, I've already had gestational diabetes. I need to do something right away to transform my health. And that, seeing that information made me kickstart going on a sugar-free fast. Yeah, so.
For 365 days, right?
Yeah, I'm doing 365 days with no added sugars. So, and when you know, my neighbor drops me off some fresh honey tonight too. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to regift that. But yeah, no, it's, you know, there was a lot of really good information. Oh, and there was the other one too, is because I work with the brain and have taught brain health for 10 years. So one of the things was the MTHFR factor, or the gene mutation. And, you know, just knowing that shows up in somebody. For myself, I got the W mutation. My husband, who drives me insane, has the double mutation. So you can imagine, once you get to know that, how it can transform your life, because it's a very easy, quick fix when you know that you have that can be health transforming. So, yeah. So just, I guess, you know, I'm a holistic nutritionist / nurse. So I kind of had some background in health, so I can able to read what I interpret to what I know is going on in the body with other tests. So I love the scanner for that reason.
Isn't that nice when you have some background and you're able to kind of put those pieces together? Because that's kind of, with me, I've been in the medical field for, God, since I was 17 years old. I started out as a nurse's aide, and I've just progressed from there. But it has definitely helped knowing some of the medical terminology and things like that in order to be able to decipher what those scan reports are saying. So I do have something this morning. Whenever, you know, we've had the full moon, and I'm always amazed that when I do my easy scan, the homeopathics that came up today were Verma Plus, Detox, and Sora Detox. Both of those came up on my easy scan today. And I said, okay, it's time to do a parasite. And the parasites that showed up on my scanner today, I was like, okay, it's time to do a parasite cleanse. Normally I wait till right at the beginning of spring, but I'm like, okay, this full moon stuff is no joke. So it's time to probably do a parasite cleanse once a month.
That's awesome. Do you happen to have well, you do have indoor dogs?
I do have one little dog. Yep.
We do it quarterly for our people that have indoor pets.
Ah, yeah. See, my instructor that was my iridologist instructor, he said if you'll do it spring and fall, that's the best time to do it. But that was 30 years ago when I took that training. So now as I've gotten further and further into the holistic stuff, I'm noticing, okay, we might need to do it a little bit more often, especially if you're eating a lot of, plant-based stuff, salads and things like that. And as much as you wash and take care of that stuff, you're still picking up
Yep.
critters.
Yep.
So
What do you guys use for parasite cleanse?
one of the things that I used in the past has always been Nature's Sunshine, the Paracleanse, but I'm looking for a new one because I've used that many years. So
Mimosa Paducah is amazing.
yeah, I've heard of that. So is that all you use is the Mimosa Paducah?
I don't use it a lot in my clinic because I have professional lines that we use. It's herbals and foods, but mimosa I used initially early on, and it's pretty amazing.
I probably have to try it because I've never tried that, so I'm sure my body will react well to it.
Yeah.
Is that
So,
anybody can get? Is it mimosa?
Mimosa Paducah.
Yeah.
You can Google it.
Okay, anybody can, but you don't have to have a doctor script.
Mm-mm.
no.
Nope.
Any other nice little testimony? Deb, I know you got some.
I do have some, Tammy. Actually, well, my first one I'd like to say is that I had an MRI, and a couple of days after I had an MRI, I got shingles, and and I had it right in my eyes,
Oh,
and
no.
I was using a homeopathic oil, and I kept it really down to a minimum, but I have to say I felt pretty awful, like the pain and it feels like the flu, like times 10, and it was emanating from my eyes and stuff. And nothing touched it except for the AO scan. As long as I was running the AO scan on myself, I didn't have the achy feeling. So I really thought that was really cool, because that one right there is a particularly, gnarly little bugger. A lot of people deal with it. I had it for about 3 weeks, and I felt like crap for 3 or 4 days, and then I had it under control between the AO scan and I use Lifeway Pages and homeopathic oil and stuff too, but I'm telling you, for the pain, nothing touched it like the AO scan did.
Wow.
And then I have another one. I have a teenage son who, during COVID, we just had a really hard time with him, his attitude, his motivation and everything. And I was running a lot of scans on him. And as long as that was during the end of 2021, the beginning of 2022. And it was really very apparent that as long as I was seriously, I would run my scans on me or on whatever other scans that I had, and then I would just leave it on him. And if I did not leave it on him, I could tell right away. And it's still a journey. We're still working on it. He's a teenager, but I can tell a significant difference, and I still run that. And now I use that playlist on me and other people too. So I really found it like this child laying in bed with apathy.
Yeah.
He still does it. I know he's in there, but he's working on homework right now. It's become a habit that he's going to have to learn to break, but he's a child and he plans to join the military, so he's going to get over that soon enough. But really, honestly, it was the attitudes and the apathy.
Yeah.
And it's hugely rampant in today's kids. Especially from his age group. He's a junior in high school, and I've got first year college. Well, he's a junior now, but he was a freshman last semester, and his group, they're 18 months apart, completely vastly different. So, and I think the different age slices, and probably has to do with regional areas and city and rural, and there's probably all kinds of different factors that play in there. But I really just think a lot of these kids need this type of healing, modality, because they're just so untrusting of anything else anyway to start with. So
Well,
I
and then
don't
you
blame
have the EMF that's actually installed on the school buildings and things like that. So they have that they're dealing with on a daily basis too. You know, the 5G.
Yeah. I ask my kids all the time if they feel energies because I feel energy so profoundly that I'm like, how
Mhm.
can you not feel that? But I'm just gonna that's a gift because none of them see. They're always like, "What are you talking about, Mom?" I've got like back on track blankets. They're horse blankets, but they've been utilized for human now. But they have infrared technology in them. They're made with ceramics
Yeah.
woven into the threads, and they reflect your body heat back into you, and it's very relaxing. And when I pick them up, I'm like, woo! And my kids are like, "Mom, you're crazy."
Nope, I feel them too. So you're not crazy.
All I have to say is it's hard to get a knockoff by me because I can tell by feeling it.
Yeah.
And actually, there are other things that that our group uses that when I open the box, I have to step back.
Yeah, that's
So
how I was too. When
I just think it's a very powerful modality. I think it has a lot of different applications. I'm still learning how to read the scans for myself. I'm still working all that, but you know what? I'm making progress and I'm getting there. And I actually have other people who are actually being a holistic providers for me who are using the AO scan. So that's going to give me even more education. I know my background. I'm an electronics major, not a medical major. So
Yeah.
I'm coming at this from a different direction, but it's amazing the way that you can see the cascade and how it all ties together and how it works. So
Yeah.
big fan, very appreciative of it.
Well, we're glad to have you, Deb. Anybody else have any neat testimonies they want to share or thoughts about the AO scanner if you're using it?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Jacqueline. How are you all doing?
Hi, Jacqueline.
I am elated. I guess I wish I had taken before and after pictures, but I have this thing on my nose. Have no clue where it came from. But I had it for years and nothing I did got rid of it. And I started running the AO scan and it is just gone. It's not even there anymore. But that was that for myself. But my mother is 89. She will be 90 March the 4th. And, they're very doctor, except Mom reads everything. You know how you get the prescription with all them thousands of pages that come to it? She reads every line.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
for her.
And if she sees anything that says that this may happen, as far as her, it's going to happen. And so she will not take her medications. And she's been diagnosed as far as heart, diabetes, is basically high blood pressure. That's what it was. So Mom was not taking her high blood pressure medication. She wasn't taking anything. She told everybody don't take metformin because she would listen to me. So now that they've talked about metformin, my brother, the pastor, said Mom got up and she yet sings and plays. And he said Mom got up and did her 15-minute sermonette about telling people not to take metformin. But at any rate, even though my sisters are not holistic, all of us have our doctorate in different things. So of course mine, they were like, yeah, okay, whatever. So, but my doctorate is in business. It's not in medicine at all. It's in business. So at any rate, I said, well, Mom, don't say anything to my siblings, but I'm going to, she was complaining about the swelling in her legs and neuropathy. Her toes and feet were totally numb. So I looked up, did some scanning, ran it for like 3 days, but I didn't tell her when. So I called her and I said, Mom, how are you doing? And I said, oh, Mom, how's the swelling in how are your feet doing? She said, huh? I said, how are your feet and your legs doing? You were telling me about your swelling. And she said, I don't have any swelling. I said, really? Are you sure? She said, no. She said, but I feel my toes. They are not numb anymore. And that has been for months. It's
Wow.
been almost a year that she has had neuropathy. And I was telling her about eating the beet foods and things for circulation. And she would start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. But as of yesterday, she no longer has neuropathy. She can now put her feet up in the bed, not let them hang off the bed, trying to sleep. The swelling is out of her legs. Her blood pressure is normal. And so she is doing great. And then my brother called, he pastors, and Sunday was the opening, official opening of one of his churches in Johnson City, Tennessee. And he was so sick with the flu, COVID, whatever he had. So he called me, he was willing to try me. So I said, oh yeah, you sick for real. If you want to try me, you are sick for real. So I ran the scans and I put on him what we, what the scanner told me to do. And then I gave him some other things to do with the lemon and the honey and the lemon juice. And by Saturday, he was up and going.
Wow.
And at his church in Johnson City. So he said, now how much you say them stuff, how them stuffy docs work? So he wanted to know, how do the stuffy docs work? How much do they cost? And could that help his soon to be wife? She has migraine headaches.
Mm.
So he said, I'll pay for it if it'll work. And so I said, okay. So now they have a belief that holistic health will work because of that.
Good job.
Very nice.
And I have one question. While I was trying to explain, I was explaining AO scanning to someone today. And when I did the CEPI online and the frequency came up, I was thinking about, is that how you do the remote CEPI? They could have put up whatever against it and it would have imprinted it. Would that work?
Okay, clarify your
Okay.
question.
Okay, when I did the CEPI and the frequency came up that I was going to do, if they had taken a selfie dot and or bracelet or whatever and put it against their computer screen, because I was sharing my screen, would it have imprinted that selfie patch and or that item?
Why not?
Miss Sheila, you're looking. We're good.
Your intention, I mean, your intention, and you're there and you've shared the screen. Why not? Because this is my belief too, that if I send Cephi dots to someone 100 miles from me and I'm broadcasting a Cephi playlist, I believe that Cephi dot is probably picking up on those being broadcasted to them.
Okay, and the reason my question was, if I mailed it to them, because of all that the post office does to move the mail, is that going to erase it if I do it on my end? Even though it's in the aluminum pack, but my bonus sister works at the post office, and when she got through explaining to me how they process the mail, I'm like, So I was like, okay, I'm gonna need these people to do a Zoom with me and re-imprint their Cephi dot. So I said I was gonna ask that question tonight.
As long as you've got it in the foil lined bag, or you have completely enclosed it in foil, because I've sent them to people that are very sensitive to frequencies. as a trial just to find out, hey, can you still feel the frequencies that are in these Cepheid dots once they've been through the mail? And I've had 2 people say yes. They still
Okay.
feel it, even though it goes, and all I did was put foil around them, and I've got these little, this is before Solex came out with their little packaging, but I just had these little Mylar bags that I put the foil lined Cepheid dots in and shipped it in an envelope.
Okay. I was just wondering, did I need to schedule something after they got them?
I mean, if you want to just make sure, then I don't see why that wouldn't be an issue. I mean, that's purely up to you.
Okay, Dr. Day.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, seriously, I believe in the intention also because before we had AO, I was with another company and I did remote broadcasting and people could feel it clear across the world. I do not know how, but that's just how it works. And it's so funny because as simple as 3 people in this last week, God had put them on my heart or put something in my head, and literally within minutes, they were reaching out to me. And I'm like, that is so flipping wild. This is intention.
Quantum
Right,
insanity
absolutely.
is real. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And with my mom and my brother, of course, that is the majority of my family is in ministry.
Yeah.
And that was very big for me because they need help, you know, they need help. And with him being, because he's had 5 vaccinations. I was so mad at him, I could.
Oh no.
If they said take it, he took it.
Oh,
So I want to do a detox on him. That's what I want to do.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to do a detox on him. So he was like, I'm like, okay. This weekend he needed me because he didn't want to miss the launching of his new church.
mm. Well, way to go.
Thank
Way to make
you.
believers out of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But my mom's neuropathy, believe me, she's going to tell the world.
Yes.
She's a feisty 90-year-old. Take it from me.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, it is 7:31. The Solex
Time
call.
for
is
Solex
starting.
call.
Yes. So I guess we'll
Thank you.
end this and we'll do this again next week. We'll see you.
Yep.
next
Thanks,
week.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
I didn't mean to
Tammy.
take up so much
You're
time.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye, everyone.